Kat or Catherine. I'm 28 years old. I'm bisexual. I live in Scotland. I'm a Christian, but I would call myself a relaxed Christian, as I don't read the Bible every single day. I am friendly, funny, creative, that hence why it's in my name. Wild, knowledgeable, adventurous, caring, understanding, open. Alternative, as in like alternative living, music, films, crafts, artsy, all that. Fun, understanding, open, alternative, fun, helpful, sociable. I'm very sociable, but not as it stands just now because I can't be sociable with lots of my friends. But I will be sociable on here. Imaginative, I've always been imaginative. Imaginative as in making up stories, as in, as in poetry, all of that, and as in reading books too. I'm chatty, as you can tell. I'm very chatty. I could probably go on and on and on until I've got nothing left to say. Bubbly and kind. My hobbies and interests are a range of interests and hobbies. I'm an officer at my local Girls Brigade company. I've been an officer for 11 years now. Before that, I was a girl at Girls Brigade, where I was a junior and brigadier. I started off as junior because by the time I was junior, I couldn't be an explorer, which is the youngest of the lot. I've got a passion for vintage clothes, so like vintage stuff altogether. So if you put me in a vintage shop in all these big cities in Scotland, you've lost me. You've lost me for the amount of time I would have, which is possibly if you're very unlucky, I would be there for like a day or something. And there's like vintage fairs, vintage shops, vintage, anything vintage. You've lost me completely. And although I will show my vintage clothes later down the line, and give you more information about that. I like listening to music, so like I listen to 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, a bit of 90s and today's music. I've got lots of vintage records, and if you don't know what a vinyl record is, it looks like this. Yes, I do have a record player. I'll talk about my records later down the line too, once this is up. And I got my CDs too. You can see DVDs too. My CDs and my DVDs. Like it, and I like watching TV series and films. Those were my films. And TV series are like House, like Vampire Diaries, like Supernatural, Friends, Castle, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and like Being Human, and so on and so forth, etc. I like reading books, but particular manga books. My manga books are like part of my outerworldly imagination kind of side to myself. I got too many manga books, and I will be doing a manga. I will be talking about manga too later down the line. I've got so many manga books. I've spent so much money on manga books. I've got hundreds of manga books. It's unreal how many manga books I've got. I've got manga books in my manga cupboard, and I got manga underneath my bed. And it won't be long until I got manga on the walls, on shelves. I've got and yeah, manga. I probably don't spend enough time reading ordinary books than I do on manga now. I like doing arts and crafts. So like if I make something, it would either be as a present, it would either be selling them, which I usually do, or yeah, it'll be like just giving it away. Mostly it's for selling, but I do them for Christmas gifts and birthday gifts too. This could be like making bags, out of my dad's old trousers, for example. It could be making masks. I've done masks for my family members. It could be making like a kind of cup tiles for putting your cup on. It could be a bunch of many things. It could be painting. It could be drawing. It could be a number of things. I'll talk about it later down the line too. Like I say, I would like kind of that I would like sell them and raise money for a charity or something, or just for myself per se. I like doing I like making my own poetry. So like for example, I did one for I did a poem about justice. So I've done poetry classes on this particular app, and I signed up for a free class, and that person taught me how to do a poem. It was like a half-hour class or something, and yeah, I just got into it straight off, and so I'm waiting until the next classes, which would be like I think next year. But yeah, that's my new hobby, as it were. I like raising awareness for epilepsy, because I'm an epileptic myself. So raising the awareness about epilepsy is a must do for me personally, but also it helps for other people to understand epilepsy. I've always wanted to put epilepsy more out there, so that people understand about epilepsy and what you can do if someone has an epileptic seizure, and the misconceptions about epilepsy too, because there's that kind of like, I think there's still a stigma about epilepsy. So I like to kind of raise the awareness about epilepsy. Also, I have mild learning difficulties. So if I kind of try and find the words, or if I just pause or whatever, it's just me trying to figure out what words I need to say. So I might do a kind of or a pause. So don't worry if I'm doing that, because it's just me figuring out what words come next and all that. So it's kind of like a mechanism, as it were. I've had epilepsy all my life. I've been diagnosed of it since I was like 4 or 5 years old, and that usually in childhood, um, usually in childhood, uh, usually in childhood, um, epilepsy and mild learning difficulties come together, as it were. So yeah, that's kind of how it is. Um, so yeah, I I like trying to raise money for epilepsy charities. Anyways, I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of, challenging, and I like it when, I just did um, I just raised money for Epilepsy Scotland recently, and for my birthday, and I set my goal for like 100, and then after that it was 150, and by the end of the time of the time frame, I raised like £190. That was in itself, that I couldn't believe how much it came up to, but that in itself is great. And it was thanks to the help of not just my family. I mean, my family does give money to epilepsy charities anyways for me, but it was help with my family members. It was help from my local church. It was help from my friends. So yeah, but it just shows you how much other people care about your cause and all that, and what the charity means to you too, which was which is phenomenal amount. I do my photography for fun, but also I do photography, and then I print out that picture, and then I put it in a frame, and then I try and sell that to raise money to sell it, and I have sold some picture frames before, and it's I like it that other people like my work too, and I just like the appreciation of my hard work and my keen eye for detail and all of that. So I hope that this gives you an insight to me as a person. Also my family. So my family, I live in my pad, but my pad is at the on the same property as my family home. My family is my parents, my mum and dad, and my brother. And as you can possibly tell, I would, usually I would probably be at a job, but I'm unemployed just now. But I am looking for a job, but it's kind of difficult just now, as it were, because I can't do much apart from look online and kind of keep busy. So this is me keeping busy and kind of interacting with others. So from this, I want to gain new friends, new people that have the same interests and or hobbies or both as I do, and so this partly why I'm doing this, as it were, is so that I can interact with others, and so that I can have like feedback from others and their interests and what they like, and if they like the same things as me, and we can just like communicate easily. So